I love these WR lenses from Fujifilm. They are the perfect companion for travel and street photography, and today I am back with a new review. I am reviewing the 35mm f2 on the X-T5, a thing that was requested by some of you. So here we are. We all know the infamous 40 megapixel list that scared the Fujifilm community, and this lens is on that list. That means it should take advantage of those 40 megapixels. Hello everyone, my name is Andrei Dima, I'm a professional travel photographer and video maker, and today I'm going to review the 35mm f2 WR on the Fujifilm X-T5. Most of you know how well built Fujifilm lenses are, but for those that are new and want to find out, I will start with the build quality of the lens. The lens is made from metal. The lens mount is metal and has a rubber gasket because it is weather sealed, WR. The aperture ring is made from metal and it has clicks. The focus ring turns smoothly and the lens comes with the most uninspired lens hood I've seen so far, but it gets the job done. The great thing about these WR lenses from Fujifilm is their size and weight. It's just a joy to use them and travel with them because of this. If you just want to enjoy photography, I think these f2 lenses are better than the more expensive f1.4s. Not everything happens at night or needs a super blurred background. The aperture ring is nicer than the one on the 23mm f2, but not as nice as the one on the 16mm f2.8. That is still my favorite one. Overall, the build quality is great, and I love using this lens with my X-T5. Let's talk about autofocus, and here is one of my issues with this lens, the autofocus. In contrasty situations, it sometimes hunts and misses focus. And this is after the new autofocus firmware update for the X-T5. This doesn't happen with other lenses anymore after the update. I had this problem with my 33mm f1.4, but after the update that was gone. But not with this lens, and I've also tested it on my X-H2S with the latest firmware and got the same results. Maybe Fujifilm needs to release a firmware update for this lens. It's not a huge thing, but it made me lose some nice photos. Otherwise, the autofocus moves fast enough, but there are other f2 WR lenses that have better and faster autofocus. And now let's talk about video autofocus. The first thing you will notice with this lens is the focus breathing. Sadly, it is very noticeable. You could use this lens for steady subjects, but if you want to do some focus pulls, the image zooms in and out a lot. The autofocus, just like the focus breathing, is not very good. As you can see, it is not very accurate and works in steps because of its stepping motor. The 23mm f2 autofocus works a lot better than the one on this lens. Even the 27 f2.8 is better, and that is a pancake lens. So I would say this is not a good lens for video, but the good thing is that its image quality is very good on the 40 megapixel sensor. The image quality of this lens is good starting from f2, but first let's take a look at image quality at minimum focus distance, which is 30 cm. At f2 it is pretty soft. Stopping down to f2.8 improves the image a bit, but you need to stop down to f4 to see good results. But as I said earlier, the image quality is good starting from f2. You have plenty of details in the center and a decent amount of contrast. The far edges are a bit soft. Stopping down to f2.8 and everything improves, showing the benefits of a 40 megapixel sensor. Crisp, contrasty images. At f4 you get another small bump in image quality, and when you stop down to f5.6 the image is spectacular across the frame. Maybe it is even better than my 33mm f1.4s. But I need to check. Would you like to see a comparison video? Tell me in the comments. Look at this image, it is crisp and contrasty with no added sharpness in post. We can see these guys installing a sign at the top of the building. Impressive details. The image quality is the strong point of this lens, but there are still some things to talk about when it comes to image quality. Chromatic aberrations are not very well controlled, as you can see here at f2. Stopping down to f2.8 improves this, but purple fringing is so easy to correct these days in post. Longitudinal chromatic aberrations, however, are not, and this lens suffers from those two at f2. Again, you need to stop down for them to go away. You get a bit of flare with this lens, but overall it is okay. Some people are going to enjoy it. So not a perfect lens, but still a good one even on the Fujifilm X-T5. I hope Fuji will release an update to improve the autofocus someday. That would be great. Overall, I like this lens, very good image quality, the size and weight are just great, and I think that is why this lens has some flaws. The build quality and handling again are great. Sadly, this is not a good lens for video makers. But I didn't mind those flaws that much because it is such a fun lens to use and travel with. I hope this video was helpful. For more Fujifilm content, subscribe, like and use the links in the description to support the channel. See you next time.